Welcome to a Mockaroon tutorial. I'm going to show you how to extract your image from the background using the quick selection and edge detection tool in Photoshop. I have my image open in Photoshop and I'm going to come over to my tool panel and select my quick selection tool. So if I come to my tool panel, here's my quick selection tool. If it's not showing, it may be under your magic wand tool, but it's labeled right here when you click on it. So I'm just going to click. It's going to give me this circle with a plus sign. I'm going to come over to my image. If I want to enlarge it, I can click my right bracket key, or I can come up here, see where it says 143 on size. I can click this drop down and change the pixels. So I'm going to make it a little bigger, and I can change the softness and make it softer or harder. I'm going to put it about there. Or if I'd like to enlarge it and use a shortcut key, I can click my left bracket key to shrink it and my right bracket key to enlarge the brush. So I'm just going to click my right bracket key and I'm just going to start clicking around here. Now if I feel like I have an area that I don't want selected, or like I went too much over here, I can click the Alt key, hold it down, and then click, and I get this minus sign. So I'm going to click in between his legs here. Let me shrink down my brush. I'm going to click in between his legs, and I got a little too much. So I'm going to select some more. Okay, and when it's about where you like it, we'll go with that. I'm going to come up to the top here and select a mask. Just click that button. This creates a mask and opens a new workspace. Over in the Properties panel, you have different view mode options. So let's go over here to Properties. And if I click on this little arrow down, I can see black and white, on transparency, on white. I like to keep it an overlay. Then you're going to come down and check Smart Radius. And I'm just going to zoom into my edge here. Take a look. I'm holding down my spacebar key to get the hand to move, and then I just drag. And I'm going to adjust my radius just a little bit, how it changes the edge. I'm going to leave it right about 2. And I'm going to zoom out. And I'm going to come over to my tool panel over here and select this icon right here, which is my edge detection tool. And anywhere I see I've missed along the edge, I'm just going to paint over. I'm just going to paint in the areas. Going around. If there's an area like this, I can come and get my brush tool and erase. Once I have my mask where I like it, I'm going to come back over to my Properties panel, and I'm going to adjust my feather just a little bit, maybe like 1 or 2 pixels. This is just going to soften the edge, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of contrast. And I like to come down and check Decontaminate Colors to remove any haze. And then you'll notice down here Let me lift this up a little bit. Down here we have Output 2. And if you click this drop down, we have Selection, Layer Mask. I like New Layer with Layer Mask. So I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to go OK. If you're happy with your mask, the next thing you're going to do is click on your layer with your mask, and you're going to drag it over to your effect. So I've already downloaded the Overlay Mystery Smoke effect from Mockaroon.com. And I'm just going to take my layer here, grab onto it, and drag it to my other open file. And then I'm going to go Command or Control T and edit Free Transform. I'm just going to hold my Shift key down and drag the corner to shrink him down just a little bit. And I like him right about there. And I'm just going to click Apply. Next, I can click on my Effect layer, and I'm going to come over to my Tool panel and grab my Lasso tool right here. I'm just going to make a shape around my subject, grabbing the effect background. And then I'm going to copy and paste. So I'm on that layer, and I'm just going to go Control-C, Control-V to paste. And then I'm going to take my layer here and drag it above my football player. And then in my layer panel, I'm going to come to my layer blending mode, which is right here. It says normal. I'm going to click this drop down and come down to lighten. A little heavy, so I'm going to come back over to my layer panel, and I'm going to click this icon right here to add a mask. I added a mask to this portion of the effect that I just pasted. So once I have my mask, I'm going to come over and grab my paintbrush tool. I'm going to make sure black is on the foreground here, and I'm just going to paint. I'm just going to remove a little bit. You can use your judgment on how much you want to remove. If you want to add some back in, you're just going to switch to painting with white. So I can add some back in if I want. Once you're happy with it, you're ready to go to print. You can save out as a high-res JPEG or share on the web. From all of us at Mockaroon, we hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you.